The touchscreen was invented in the mid-60s in the UK by E.A. Johnson at the Royal Radar Establishment. It was designed to help air traffic controllers. Touchscreens went into mass production in the 1985 Buick Riviera. Most of us became familiar with them when GPS units became common in passenger cars. Unfortunately, the systems have some major drawbacks, in my opinion. If you put them close enough to the driver so that they don't have to reach too far, they are often unreadable if there's bright sunlight coming through the sunroof or side windows. If you put them far enough away that they're always in shade, shorter drivers will make right turns every time they want to change the radio station. Also, some car companies have chosen to save money in what they call IP real estate by eliminating all buttons and knobs in favor of one touchscreen. I think that's a great idea for the organ donor business. Here's why. Your eyes have to leave the road to use the touchscreen. You never get used to the feel of a button or knob to operate common controls like the entertainment system or the climate control. But Lexus seems to have come up with the perfect solution to this automotive quandary with the 2013 GS-350. An intuitive joystick along with a couple of buttons on the center console makes navigating this clear, bright video screen just below the windshield a breeze. The 12.3-inch high-resolution color screen was magnificent. There is a slight haptic response on the joystick. It lets your fingers feel that you've switched between commands. Once I got used to the system on the Lexus GS-350, I found that it's probably one of the best on the market today. I only have a couple of complaints. While the Lexus telematics system called N-Form does have a panic button in the headliner and automatic crash response, you have to page around in the multimedia screen to find the operator. They should really just have another button on the headliner for directions. Once you click on the icon of the person wearing the headset, a real human being comes on, much like GM's iconic OnStar. That operator can look stuff up for you and automatically download directions to your car while you're driving. There's no need to pull over and fiddle around with zip codes, cross streets, points of interest, and icons for every ATM between here and Miami. Plus, pulling over on a busy highway isn't always the safest thing to do. Here's another fine point. If you're lost and you're late and you're aggravated and in a hurry, it's annoying to still have to find the go button and push it once the operator has downloaded the directions. Yes, I definitely want to go there if I told you I want to go there. Can't I just sign something when I buy the car saying that it's okay to download directions when I ask for them? Well, anyway. We tested the F-Sport variant of the GS-350. That's the Lexus version of BMW's M-Class or Mercedes AMG. Even though the car was tuned for performance, it didn't beat me up on rough city streets or broken highway pavement that's still being repaired after Superstorm Sandy. The Lexus also had a dial-a-ride system that allows you to switch between economy, normal, and sport. Lexus calls it Drive Mode Select. Even in the economy mode, the Lexus allowed me to roar out onto the highway, worrying not about the overtired trucker or the texting twit coming up behind me. The backup camera with the predictive lines is always helpful, but there's a flaw in the design of the Lexus system. When you first get into the car and fire it up, which I would presume is when you're most likely to be backing out of your garage or a parking space, the top quarter of the rearview monitor screen is obscured by the Bluetooth system telling you that your iPhone has been properly connected. Tell me later, tell me another way, or leave me in the dark, but blocking part of the backup camera is really not the way to inform me that I can stream the Savage Love podcast, obscuring the fact that I'm about to run over Junior's big wheel, which probably will mean that any advice I get from Dan Savage will not help me that night. $2,000 pre-collision system packaged with the radar cruise control made crowded highway commuting easier, but unlike some other systems, the Lexus cruise control didn't really seem to like to punch it when I got out from behind the creeping hypermiler and into the open fast lane. It was actually slow enough at opening the throttle that I had to override it a number of times to avoid getting rear-ended in the fast lane. The seat heater controls were wedged in behind the cup holders at the bottom of the center stack. I had to reach around my coffee in order to turn them on. Additionally, they didn't seem to heat up as much as seats in some other brands. I also couldn't find a setting that allows me to direct the heat to where I really want it, i.e. my back instead of my butt. The seat heaters also turned themselves off before I got to my destination, making me periodically reach around the coffee again to turn them back on. The 6-speed automatic transmission was mated to a 3.5-liter V6 that generated 308 horsepower. The analog clock is a nice touch in a technology-packed ride. I don't know about you, but I find it frustrating to look all over the car for the correct time and realize that it's not 2300 hours, that's the odometer, it's not 32 minutes past the hour, that's the tire pressure monitor, and it's not 11:30, that's how long it'll take until I get to my destination. The Lexus comes with an automatic parking brake, which is a convenience but also a worry. Out of habit, I always use the parking brake when I park. Judging from the number of parking attendants who make review cars hop down the ramp, I'm guessing that many New Yorkers do not. The automatic parking brake engages the e-brake when the car is in park and disengages it when it's put into drive. I do, however, worry about what would happen if I ever had to use the emergency brake in a real emergency. It's not that easy to get to in the Lexus. I didn't want to try it out because I didn't want to return the vehicle to the press pool with glazed brakes and that telltale smell. Speaking of something that stinks, watch this. Ouch. The GS will get you from 0 to 60 in 5.7 seconds. The all-wheel drive version is just a tenth of a second slower. Both are more than respectable numbers for a car in this class. The F-Sport model we tested was rear-wheel drive. The GS-350 is also available with all-wheel drive, and a hybrid version is available that gets even better mileage and is even faster than the F-Sport. The EPA rates the GS-350 F-Sport at 19 miles per gallon in the city and 28 on the highway. The 2013 Lexus GS-350 F-Sport came out to a little over $60,000. I'm Grant Winter reporting for Real World Test Drive.